What is going on, guys? Pat Damiano here, coming to you from the garage once again. And today we're going to be going over one of the slightly more complicated and high technique kettlebell complexes that I have. But I promise I'm going to walk you step by step through the complex in this video. And by the end of it, you're going to feel like a pro and have no problem doing it. Here's a hint, and let's see if you can figure out which one it is. All right, now if my hint didn't give it away, we are doing the LEGOLAS Complex today. Pew! Now the LEGOLAS Complex, like I said, is going to require just a little finesse. It has 3 exercises in it, and all of those exercises, you're going to be changing hands throughout, all right? We're gonna go over each one of those exercises in detail so you can feel like a pro doing it, but even if after watching this you don't necessarily feel comfortable switching hands or doing ballistic rows or tactical cleans or something like that, I will show you at the end exactly how you can still do this kettlebell complex and get the same concept in without having to change hands. All right, so the first one we are going to be going over is a ballistic row. So if you don't know, ballistic row is this row where you change hands at the top of the row. So there are a couple things that need to happen with this ballistic row. The first thing I'm going to say is turn your kettlebell this way, all right? When your hand catches it, it's going to be going this way, not over. It's going to make things just a little bit easier for you, all right? So now what we do with the ballistic row is we're going to row, and at the top, we're going to let the kettlebell go so it floats for a second at the top and then catch with the other hand. So it's rowing up to the middle of our body towards the belly button, let go at the top, let it float, and then catch with the other hand, and then we just keep alternating like so. So again, we are here, let go at the top, float, let go at the top, float, floats, floats, just like that. What I'm not doing is rowing up, letting my other hand get on the kettlebell and then dropping, okay? I'm not transferring from hand to hand. I'm letting it float and my other hand catches the kettlebell. So I should never have 2 hands on the kettlebell. Now, the other thing you are going to focus on when doing this is that when you catch the kettlebell, it is not yanking your arm down towards the floor. You're in control of it. So when you catch that kettlebell and you get down to the bottom of the row, you're still gonna have a slight bend in your elbow. Again, this is so it's not yanking down. So I want you to watch my elbows on this, all right? Slight bend right here. Slight bend, okay? I'm not letting this happen where the kettlebell pulls on me, all right? My elbow, shoulder, and back are not going to like that, all right? That's the quick and dirty. On the ballistic row, let the kettlebell float at the top, and when you get down and catch it, let a little bend in that elbow stay there. All right, the second exercise in the LEGOLAS complex is going to be a tactical clean, which is probably my favorite clean variation. Now, something I need to say before we get into this is that I know the tactical clean might look a little complicated, and like I said, it does require a little finesse, but it might seem a little complicated because you're letting go and catching with the other hand. Ironically enough, I have found that this is actually a very good teaching tool for people who are still struggling with just regular cleans. So even if you're still struggling with regular cleans, I don't want you to think that this is too advanced for you, because it sometimes helps get that concept in for a regular clean, all right? So tactical clean, we are going to swing this kettlebell between our legs. We are going to extend up. We're gonna get this kettlebell about to our belly button height, and then from there, the opposite hand is going to scoop up and catch the kettlebell. So I swing with my right, I catch with my left, and as you can see, I'm going to turn into it a little bit. So swing between the legs, extend up right around belly button height, my other hand comes into play, I scoop up and catch. That's the main thing I want you to remember is this scoop up, okay? Like I'm giving somebody an uppercut right to the bottom of their chin. I'm not reaching over on this kettlebell, all right? So I want you to watch this scoop, and then we're gonna talk about one more thing after, right? Again, kettlebell is here, extend up, scoop and catch. Scoop and catch. Scoop up, catch. Scoop up and catch, just like that. Now, the other thing we are going to focus on, and I just slightly touched on it, is we're gonna go get the kettlebell. I'm not yanking it into me. So you see this little rotation that I get to go get the kettlebell. So I keep it on basically this straight midline when I'm swinging it. So I'm not doing this thing. Swing, pull into me. Swing, throw the kettlebell into me, okay? That's going to bash on my shoulders and wrists and forearms, It's just gonna keep me a little out of rhythm, okay? So again, our tactical clean is going to be right here, scoop and catch as we kind of rotate into that kettlebell. You go and catch it. All right, the third and final exercise of the LEGOLAS complex is going to be a tactical snatch. So we did our rows, we did our cleans, and now we're just going to finish with the tactical by going up overhead. If you feel comfortable doing a tactical clean, you can do a tactical snatch. The concept and motions and things we're thinking about basically stay the same. We just, instead of finishing that catch at our shoulder, just kind of ride the wave and continue to go up. Swing, scoop up, catch, and we get up overhead. The only thing that might change just a little bit is we're gonna put a little bit more oomph into the movement, use our legs a little bit more to try and pop this kettlebell up higher, and where our hand scoops up might just be a little bit higher. So for the clean, is right around belly button. Now we might be getting just around chest height, okay? But everything else stays the same. We kind of lean into that kettlebell a little, or turn into it a little bit, and we're scooping up, doing that uppercut catch, all right? Here's what it should look like. Tactical snatch. Right up overhead, okay? Swing, catch, swing, I go get it, all right? If you need to, you can bring it down to your shoulder, swing, up overhead like so. Shoulder, swing, catch, and we're right here. Now look, we are getting the kettlebell up overhead and changing hands, in a sense, kind of letting go. So I understand why that can be a little bit tricky for people. So if your tactical snatch is kind of like a weird clean and press, that's okay. So if it looks like this, clean, and we're here, right? So it's not ideal. It's kind of a clean into a press. I'm okay with that. This also, same concept kind of goes for just a regular snatch in general, but I'm okay with that. Just start to get a feel for it, feel comfortable doing this exercise, and then what you can do is over time, just bridge that gap and make it a little bit smoother over time, all right? So that is the third and final exercise in the LEGOLAS complex, a tactical snatch. Let's talk about what the actual complex is. Let's put it all together. All right, so the LEGOLAS complex is as followed, okay? You're going to do 4 reps total, so that's 2 on each side for each one of the exercises. So it's going to be 4 total ballistic rows, right into 4 total tactical cleans, right into 4 total tactical snatches. Let's take a look with what it's gonna look like, all right? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're feeling fancy, you go right into this first tactical clean. If you can't do that, you just get it out here, okay? Tactical clean number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go tactical snatch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down, rest, okay? This is not gonna be that taxing of a kettlebell complex. It's gonna be more technique focused and a little more power focused, not a ton of reps. So you could probably rest about a minute, okay? Maybe you could put another exercise with it, but a minute, maybe a minute and a half. If you really start to push it and feel comfortable with the tactical snatches, from there, you can then get into your next set. With this one, you can usually go a little bit higher on the set, so maybe in that like 6 to 8 range. Really depends on, as always, what do you have time for and how hard do you want to work, all right? Always keep that in mind when doing any kettlebell complex. Make it work for you. In addition to that, you might find yourself outgrowing the weights that you have. So if you have a weight that is not heavy enough for this to be challenging, feel free to change up the reps. Maybe do 3 on each side, so 6 total reps of every exercise. 4 on each side, so 8 total. Make this kettlebell complex work for you. Speaking of making this complex work for you, I told you I was gonna show you what it looks like if you don't feel comfortable switching sides. You were just going to do traditional, regular rows, cleans, and snatches. So if you don't like the idea of switching, here's what I want it to look like for you. You will do 2 rows, 1, 2, right into 2 cleans, right? Just traditional, right into 2 snatches, down, switch sides, 2 rows, 2 cleans, 2 snatches. And again, rest about a minute or so, 6 to 8 sets, and you can always change the reps with that if you need to. And that right there, guys, is your LEGOLAS complex. Like I said, a little bit more finesse, slightly more advanced, but I promise the tactical clean and tactical snatch are not as complicated as you might think. Trust yourself, take your time, give them a shot. This is a really fun complex that once people start to get their feet wet with it, they really start to enjoy it, right? While we're on that topic, this is also a really fun complex that you should go try out right now, and I will see you there.